Well, as the state of Karnataka goes to the polls, one of the biggest factors to watch out for will be which way the Lingayat vote will actually swing. Lingayats account for about 17% of Karnataka's population and are known to in fact wield influence in about 100 out of the state's 224 assembly seats. Traditionally, the community has backed the BJP since the 90s, but this time around, will there be a split in the votes is what many are asking. Though Lingayats had overwhelmingly backed the BJP in the Lok Sabha elections, a lot appears to have actually changed on the ground after that. There are some factors that could pose a challenge. The biggest worry for the Bharatiya Janata Party is of course the exit of top Lingayat leaders from the party fold, like the former Chief Minister Mr. Jagdish Shettar and also senior Minister of State in the Karnataka government in the past, Lakshman Savadi. Now, this is also the first election without Mr. B.S. Yadurappa in the electoral fray. He's a prominent member of the Lingayat community, also a former Chief Minister. Now, the division in the Lingayat subsects may also, in fact, impact the BJP's prospects this time around. What works for the BJP is the government's last-minute announcement to scrap the 4% Muslim OBC quota, and that quota, in fact, re-allotted to both the Vokkaliga and the Lingayat communities. The party has also fielded the highest number of Lingayat candidates this time round, 68 out of 224. So we have Imran, Niyamika, Pragya as well as Pratibha with us. Let me in fact first start with Pratibha, who will in fact explain to us the significance of the Lingayat vote and why it's bound to play a very crucial role in the outcome of the current election. Yes, Pratibha.
Right, Siddharth. So two of the biggest factors these elections, of course, caste equations. Every single time we mention Karnataka, very important to mention Lingayats and the Vokkaligas. You spoke about the Lingayats. What are the factors that are working in favor of the BJP? What are the factors that are working against the BJP? There's been a lot of discussion around whether there will be a Lingayat backlash for the BJP or not. Amidst all of that, there is a big Vokkaliga push as well by the BJP. So we just want to show you the numbers, show our viewers the numbers to put things in perspective on why the Vokkaliga vote base is also extremely important for the BJP. This is perhaps for the first time that we are seeing such an aggressive push from the Saffron Party for the Vokkaliga belt. So talking about how the numbers have changed drastically for the BJP, take a look at this. In 2008, it was just 7 seats, and this is in the old Mysuru region. And for the Congress Party, a very, very big factor in the region, 28 seats. So the Congress Party being the biggest factor here. The traditional rivals have also always been Congress and the JDS. So for the Congress, it was 28, whereas for the JDS, 17. Some of these regions, Mandya, Hassan, known to be very strongholds of the JDS as well. The picture completely changed in 2013. The BJP was nearly wiped out, reduced to just 2 seats, but the Congress Party and the JDS coming neck and neck, 25 and 23 seats each for the two parties in the Vokkaliga region. So these two parties, traditional rivals, that was also one of the reasons why when the two parties came together in 2018, it fell apart. And look at what happened in 2018. If you look at the numbers, there's been a significant rise for the BJP here. It increased its seat share to 9, whereas for the Congress Party it was reduced to 17, and JDS got a big push here, winning 28 seats from the region. So 51 seats is what the old Mysore region has. This time around, there's been a very, very aggressive push from the BJP on this regard. So let's also talk about the old Mysore region in particular and look at how things have changed for the BJP, because it's going to be very crucial. Remember, for the BJP to get a majority mark, the old Mysuru region is something that has been talked of again, because it's going to be extremely crucial for the party. So just looking at the numbers on how the BJP's push has worked, whether it is the Kempegowda statue, the freedom fighters that the BJP has spoken of, the BJP has also changed its strategy completely in the assembly election. So 2018, like we played out the numbers, 9 for the BJP, 17 for the Congress, and there was a big push of the JDS. JDS really solidifying its vote bank here in the old Mysuru region. But look at 2019. This made a very, very big change. And this is just a reference to look at the Lok Sabha seats that the party won, correlating that with the assembly seats. 29 for the BJP, Congress being reduced to 15, JDS also being reduced to 11. So this was a significant shift that the party saw in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. But it will be, of course, interesting to see whether the voting patterns will be different for the Lok Sabha elections and for the Assembly elections, Siddharth.
Absolutely, Pratibha. The voting patterns have differed in the past for the Assembly and the Lok Sabha elections in the state of Karnataka. We'll have to wait and see how things pan out this time. Let me go across to my colleague Imran for another perspective, especially on the BJP's outreach to the Vokkaliga community. Imran, we did see the BJP actually doing very well in places like Mandya. In fact, where they supported Sumalata Amrish, who was contesting at that point in time as an independent candidate in 2019. But this time around, there appears to be a concerted outreach on the part of the BJP to woo the Vokkaligas. In fact, one of its Vijay Sankalp Yatras also began from a Vokkaliga base. Tell us how it's actually shaping up for the BJP from the Vokkaliga front. It's a vote bank that has traditionally favored the JDS as well as the Congress. Could it swing around for the BJP this time?
Well, Siddharth, 7 MLAs come from Mandya district of Karnataka for the JDS. It's a high number, and second Hassan. This is again the strongest belt of the JDS, except for the Hassan city, which is held by BJP. Most of the seats are with the JDS there, so it's a strong belt of the JDS. In fact, the Home Minister Amit Shah was very clearly said when he started his Karnataka campaign. He started from Mandya, and he said informed, in fact, warned his party colleagues that that there will be no more adjustment politics in Karnataka. They want to breach that Vokkaliga belt, and very clearly hit out at the JDS party, saying that if vote to JDS is vote to Congress. And they also went on to allege it's a blackmail party. Now the JDS, Amit Shah, since then the BJP has made enough campaigns and road shows in the Vokkaliga belt. In fact, the UP Chief Minister also started his campaign in Karnataka from Mandya.
Yes.
And the Prime Minister, one of the big projects inaugurated was the Mysuru-Bangalore Expressway, again in Channapatna, again in Mandya. So there was a concerted effort on the part of the BJP to evenly spread out because the old Mysuru region, they had an abysmal presence, but this time they made a far outreach into the Vokkaliga belt. They are trying to reach out to the younger generation, especially who feel that the Gowda family is dominant in the JDS, and there is no room for any other vision for the JDS except the fact that vote for the family. So they are cashing in on that. It's resentment within the Gowda community against the Gowda family, as close to around six people holding the public office there among the Gowda community, among the Deve Gowda family. So that resentment plus their outreach, the appeal of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Hindutva push is what BJP is looking at. It might not pay as much dividends as they're looking at right now, but they're hopeful that 2014 for the Lok Sabha election and henceforward, BJP has a greater chance to stand as an opposition party against the Congress, which also holds a considerable sway in those parts.
All right, we have Pratibha to give us another perspective on some more numbers pertaining to the voting patterns of the Vokkaliga community historically in the state of Karnataka. Yes, Pratibha.
Yes, just talking about the biggest talking point, Vokkaliga vote. Yes, there is been backlash from the Lingayat side. Is that going to play out in the number of votes that the BJP is going to get in? But again, looking at the numbers that we've just played out for how Vokkaligas have voted in the past and whether this 15% Vokkaliga population is really going to hold the key for which is the party that's going to come to power, even if it could be JDS playing the kingmaker yet again. So in 2008, the BJP getting 22 seats. 2013, a big change being reduced to 14 seats. But then we're seeing in 2018 making a big difference in 27 of these seats. For the Congress party from 34 reducing to 27, and then seeing a big change with 28. Similarly for the JDS as well, 35 in 2008. In 2013 increasing to 40, and then again being reduced to 38. So these are some of the numbers of how the Vokkaligas have voted in the past. Very quickly, also want to read out the voting percentage that they've received. For the JDS, it's 34.66%, showing the kind of big support that the JDS has got there time and again. For the BJP, 26.44%. So there is a huge gap even now between the BJP and the JDS in the number of vote share, the vote share percentage, whereas it's neck and neck between the Congress and the JDS, with Congress being at 33.16%. So this is going to play a very, very crucial role. Even if it is just a 1% difference between the two, it could make a big change in terms of the number of seats, and that of course would be the decider on who would be ruling Karnataka for the next 5 years.
All right, Pratibha, let me take this across to Pragya as well. Pragya has been reporting from Shimoga. She had an opportunity to speak to K.S. Ishwarappa, a stalwart of the BJP. He's not contesting this particular election, and one of the first things, Pragya, that Mr. Ishwarappa told you is that the Hindutva impact will be felt in this particular election. Take us through that interaction, and especially how the Hindutva push the BJP believes might actually work for it in a big way this time.
So there's a whole lot of debate going on whether the issue of banning Bajrang Dal in Congress manifesto will work for the BJP or against BJP, as it was escalated in the last week of the election also. We have seen how Congress used it, we have seen how BJP is using it, but will it consolidate Hindu vote in favor of BJP or will it consolidate the minority Muslim vote in favor of Congress is yet to be seen. But according to Mr. Ishwarappa, we have spoken to him about this as well. He said it will certainly benefit BJP. Approximately 4 to 5% of vote share, Hindu vote share of Congress will flip away from Congress and come back to BJP. The issue is very sensitive. This is a land of Lord Hanuman, and people will never accept the insult of Lord Hanuman in Karnataka. This is how he feels. This is how I think party is also feeling the same thing, that the pitch of Hindutva will obviously help BJP in this election. They will take away, they will bite some Hindu vote from Congress share and JDS share, and it will come back to BJP.
Right.
Hoping that BJP will get
how things
the
pan out
majority.
in Shimoga as well. Shikaripura is a part of the Shimoga district that's been a stronghold in the past of Mr. Yediyurappa. Now the Bharatiya Janata Party has tasted big success in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections in Karnataka, where it managed to actually make serious inroads into the old Mysuru belt and the Vokkaliga belt. But the question is, can it actually repeat that performance from the 2019 Lok Sabha election in the 2023 Assembly election? Pratibha, I believe, has some data with respect to how the BJP performed in 2019 in the Vokkaliga belt. Yes, Pratibha.
Yes, let's talk about the numbers, because in terms of the Vokkaliga push, remember, apart from talking about Kempe Gowda, Nadaprabhu Kempe Gowda, time and again, the BJP has also spoken of freedom fighters from the Vokkaliga community, while also promising a Ram Mandir in Ramanagara, hoping that this Hindutva push is going to help tide over all of these caste equations for the BJP to make inroads into the region where it does not have much of a presence. But look at how 2019 the BJP tasted success in the old Mysuru region. If you look at the percentage for the Congress and the JDS together, it came to just 33%, whereas the BJP saw a very, very big spike at 60%. This has also been attributed to the fact that the Congress and the JDS did come together. They've been traditional rivals in the region for decades together. So when the two parties decided to come together, it didn't go down too well with the supporters on ground, which is why both the parties lost heavily during the 2019 elections. This time around, is this going to be replicated in the assembly elections or not is going to be interesting to see. But these numbers do give a perspective of the fact that, the old Mysuru region or the Vokkaliga region can't be completely alien to the BJP, because they have accepted the BJP during the Lok Sabha elections in 2019.
Okay, let's go across to Imran as well. Imran, you've been tracking the reactions on the ground as well. Now, after the announcement to scrap the 4% Muslim quota and reallot that quota 2% to the Lingayats and 2% to the Vokkaligas, what's the reaction been from the community, especially the Vokkaliga community?
Well, there's a mixed bag of reactions, Siddharth, because the fact that, it will, how much it will stand scrutiny in the court of law is a question what Vokkaliga community has said. They would say that the manner in which the government went about, they are happy on the fact that 2% reservation has come, but how much will it stand in the court of law? They are not sure of it, because there was no study done. There was no study done by the backward community either to take the reservation or to remove reservation, and what they should need a socio-economic impact study to be done before giving any reservation or removing it reservation in both ways. And here in this part, this reservation for 4% for Muslims was there for almost 30 years. So there was the government had not prepared any document as to why they are removing the reservation of the 4% in the community. Now the matter is the Supreme Court. We'll see how it plays out, but they welcome the move of the government. In fact, earlier R. Ashok, the BJP Vokkaliga ministers in the government, R. Ashok, Ashwath Narayan, C.T. Ravi and others